hope the sound is okay, because remember, we've got a new mic. There are so many already here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Heather and Kat and Kenny, Mum, Lou, Mary. Who else we got? We've got quite a few. We've got them up ahead. Leslie, Mona, Della. Hello, Angie. Hello, Tanya. There's lots and lots. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, my loves. Okay, so I have not put this in the title just in case, because you know this whole algorithm thingy-majiggy that they do, and they're not quite sure whether or not to allow an adult channel with this content, you know, all of that. Not quite sure. Hello, Sabrina. Okay, quick shout out. So our lovely Sabrina, I've known Sabrina a while, good few years now. So Sabrina's Twist of Colour, spelt the US way, not the UK way, without the U, has a new channel. So go check Sabrina out. She is in the chat. She is here. Hello, Shannon. And I've got one little thing to show everyone before I start. Let me get the lighting right. I had some Happy Mail, and I was like, oh, that's so lovely, because I hadn't had them in my wish list because they had not been out. They weren't out. We were stalking Amazon until they did. But Shannon, bless her heart, decided, and I'm not singing it out loud, decided to Happy Mail the Monarch pencils, bless her, and she sang a song that, thank you for being a friend, that one. Is that good enough, Shannon? I'm not doing more singing. I have not opened them. I was going to do that on a video. Oh my god, the lighting is awful. I'm going to just move that there a minute. So all I have literally done is done this and done that and went, oh, look at the pretties. And then what I also did was get my chart ready that Emily has put together for everyone in her group. God, the lighting is terrible. Sorry guys, let me turn the lighting up. There we go. If it goes too bright, let me know. Is it good in your screens? It seems to be a bit darker. So thank you so much. It's so amazing. So I'm going to do them in a video, and I'm going to fill in the squares, fill in the blanks. We're going to fill in the blanks. So I thought I'd do that. And I'll do that on a vid, I think, on a vid. And fill in the blanks. But stick with me, because I've got something very special coming in the week for you guys. And it is a giveaway. It might just be something that I'm holding in my hands. Hello, my loves. And also, I've been working on this. This is the guy from the Fantasy Cat special. So it's a Colouring Heaven. And it's the issue 65. So I think it was 2 issues. It's this. Was it 2 issues back? Can't remember. Where were we? Last issue? Can't remember. So, oh, look. Isn't he a fabulous drawing? So I've got to do his little mice friends. I'm still working on him. He's so cute. But hello, lovelies. Hello, welcome everyone coming on in. I'm going to say, just because there's so many of you coming in, a big blanket hello to everyone. And I'm just going to try and sort my lighting out. Bear with me. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? It might brighten you up too much. He is so cute, right? He's so cute. Hello, lovelies. Welcome. Happy Saturday already. How does the week come around so quick? It's crazy. It is crazy. So today, my plan was to show you how I tackle all these ridiculous amounts of squares in a book. Because lots of people say they put them off. And I'm like, I get you. I'm with you. I understand. Trust me. Hello, Rebel, as well. Hello, Patty. Hello, Sherry. April. That's okay. April, I'm so glad it reached you. Thank you, Kenny. I really enjoy him. I finally got to enjoy something, but I love the colour of his mask and his hat together and his little. This was with Lightfast, Kenny. You'll be you'll be so happy to know, because I know you're loving him as well. And Luminance, so the new Lumies and the Lightfast I was doing this with, and I did do one Inktense just on his back there, but that was it. But I've been mostly dealing with the inked, oh my god, my mind is gone. Be light fast. Hello, Pat. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I did put little glitter in your package so you had something happy to open. I tend to do that when I package up stuff now. I put little heart confetti so when you open it, it goes all over the place. So you I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got that idea from Lou, who's Mod Lou, and yeah, it's fab. Okay, hello Suzanne. I will put the link into the description as well, Sabrina. Yeah, it was alright. I'm not going to do it with all the little tiny bits of glitter, but you know. Hello Claire. Hello lovelies. Thank you, Anna. Yes, I thought I'd give you a little glittery surprise, but thank you so much, Shannon. I cannot wait to dive into them. It's really hard. It's restraint not to. Hello, Tommy. Okay, so reference book. I love my reference book. I'm going to pull you in a little bit. If you've not already seen one of these, this gives you every single character. For those that are not Disney fans, don't worry. You don't have to have the bug for Disney. You can get other books and it's got tiny little mosaic squares or tiny little anything, and it will drive you bananas because you don't know quite how to do it. It's okay. Don't be shading every one of those squares. You will seriously be there forever. Hello Pamela. Hi Vicky. Hello Isabel. That's okay, and go lay down. You've not been well. Go relax yourself. Hello Victoria. Thank you, lovelies. The chat is flying. I'm going to miss things. I know I am. If there's anything for me, please pop it in big caps. I know I'm going to miss stuff. You like doing the mosaic books. I'm on the fence. I like doing them, but I don't like sitting there with every individual square. Lord, no. And I think more people are going to be on maybe the side that I don't know. Hello Kirsty, that maybe I would be, that they don't like too many squares. All right, hands up if you don't like the squares. No, thumbs up for squares, thumbs down for no too many. Thumbs up for them, thumbs down. You want to do them, but you just can't be doing the big amounts of squares. Let me just see your hands, because we're going to be doing all about the squares today. It's all about those little pesky squares today. So it'll be interesting to see how many of you actually like them and how many, well, don't mind them, but you'd rather not do them. Yeah, see, it's going to be a little bit of both. Down, down. We got 1 up, 3 down. You got 2. Oh, we got more ups. You like the little squares? Oh my, ladies, you're so funny. Okay, well, me, I'm on the fence. I don't mind them. Rather not have them all. I just prefer to blank them and blanket them with paint. Yeah, they are. But if you weren't going to go for a base and you had to individually colour every single square, no, big thumbs down from me, not all of them. So I wanted to show you the way that I tackle it, because I love the book, don't want to be put off by it. However, I don't like all those little tiny squares, too many of them. Let me take a sip of my tea. This book is amazing, and hello Debbie. Sorry, I was just taking a big gulp and I didn't want you. Hello Towel. Lots of you in here. Hello Mary, Linda, Charlotte. Hello Buttes. There's so many. Okay, well, first off, let me show you when I was a novice. I didn't know what on earth I was doing, and I thought I had to colour all the squares. Well, boy, did it take me forever. And I mean forever. Let me try and do this round. Oh my, good grief. Nothing wants to stay in its place for me today. You know, one of those days you put stuff down. Ah, you got a little Frenchie. That is so cute. What's his name? Okay, so when I first started this, I decided that every single square had to be done, just to give you like an inkling. These are no works of art. I'm not doing works of art today. I'm just showing you a different way to use the squares to your advantage. Okay, I thought I had to do every square, drove me bananas. I was there forever. Realised I can do it without. So I decided to go down this route of watercolouring the background and coming in with pencils. This to me over this is a heck of a difference of enjoyment. I couldn't believe I sat there all that time doing every square. Couldn't do it. So just, this isn't going to be a colour along. I just want to show you a way you can do it where you don't have to tackle each square and it will look just as effective. People have asked me whether watercolour go in this book. Answer is it shouldn't, and it probably will make your page buckle and have that sound. However, it's not going to be crazy mad on your paper, and as long as you don't use a lot, you will be fine. But it is not made for watercolours. Just bear that in mind. It's not at all. So don't go mad with your water, but it can be done. So I wanted to flick through with you today and choose one. I did kind of have, look, Cruella as well. That was all squares, and I blanked them out and did Dalmatians. It's in the description. Please go to my description. You will find this book, you will find the Who's Who book, and you will find the Cotman paints that we're going to be using. Everything is in the description below so far. Anything that I need to put further will be added after the stream. Please also, just sorry, I've not added any of the details in my last werewolf stream yet, because we had a leak into the roof that was nearly into all my electrics and my tele. Oh god. Anyway, long story. We had all of that to contend with. Roofer here. I was on a bit of a panic. Had to come down from it yesterday, so I've not actually added any information into my last stream. I'll do that tonight. Just needed a little bit of a come down. Yes, there's an updated version on Who's Who. I have put the updated version in the link. I've got the one before. Who does others beside Disney? Who? Which I do as well. It's played, do you know, I only realised lately it was played by Michael Fox, or what's his name? Michael J. Fox. I was just out of the loop on that one. Don't know why. Okay, I personally really like Esmeralda, but she's quite busy. So I need to tackle something that I know that I can show you and demonstrate with you how I would do it. Kind of thought a black background one might be the way forward. Plus, you know, they're the 7 dwarfs. But I can't... this is a possibility. Okay, these are huge pages. This artist, I'm not sure. You probably know more than me on that one. I'm not sure. I liked this one. That was the one that I put in the thumbnail just to say, how do I tackle all these squares? I know the chat goes crazy fast. I know I miss things. So I'm not ignoring anyone if you do talk. I'm really not. I promise you. I really like this one as well. But I really want to demonstrate like coverage and how to ignore the squares to make it look really nice at your end result that you're happy with. So I'm just kind of flicking through for a second. I did have one lined up that I thought I wanted to do. But you know when you're flicking through again, not quite sure. Hi Terilyn, hi everyone. Oh my god, there's so many. Big blanket hives. And yeah, as I said, I've been on such a roller coaster of emotions the last few days because I was so scared about the fire hazard with the water and the electrics coming. It was no fun. No fun. You just have this ultimate dread feeling. And it's one of those like, what on earth would have happened if I was still out shopping? Hello, Robin. But it didn't, thank God. And things are okay now. But you just have that dread. Oh, no, I don't fancy Tinkerbell Suzanne. That's one I don't fancy. Has to be something I fancy. Has to be, otherwise I'm just not feeling it. And Tinkerbell is actually one of my least favourite characters, believe it or not. I think she's grumpy. Sorry, but she really is. She's grump. She's a grump. She's cute, but she's a grump. Dumbo's one of my favourite characters ever, so I might do him. Okay. What I'm now going to do is get what I need. Now, what you're going to do... Hello, Jen. No, I don't think it's slower. Not if you make a big. Sorry, she's a grump, Kirsty. She gets so grumpy. She's jealous. I mean, I understand, like, you want to protect your guy, but come on. Okay, so we're going to be using the Cotmans. This is the Cotmans. For anyone that's not seen the Cotmans, they are Winsor & Newton. I have this stuck in there for reference, so I know exactly what I'm using. Perfect palette, got everything in it. Does anyone know Amazon? What is the difference between paperback and book supplement? Oh my, no idea, Angie. I wish I knew. I just go, do you know, I don't even look into that much depth. I just buy. Oh no, yeah, but some of you aren't Disney fans, which is fine. And this is what I'm saying. This is not about the Disney. This is just showing you if you've got any mosaic or any pattern in your picture. So say you've got an illustration, and this is why I'm not putting it as Disney in my title, because God knows what YouTube's going to be sorting that out as, you know. But quite a lot of illustrations have like all these Zentangles and stuff in them. Oh, God knows. Maybe it's a slight different paper. Oh, maybe it's the sleeve. Would it be the sleeve? I'm not sure, Angie. Oh, the Cotmans are amazing. That's a good question, Angie. I wish I knew the answer to. It's the actual book. Oh, God knows. Oh, that's okay. Oh, bless you. Go relax, Isabel, and I'll speak to you in the week. It's fine. Okay, so Cotmans, quick. Hi, Elisa. A quick little coverage of what these are. I use these for my paintings quite often. I haven't got my phone anywhere near me, sorry. But you know, I did the painting with, I've done a lion, I've done a landscape, and I've done a Nemo fish, you know, my watercolor experiments. They were done with these. They are 45 half pans. You get this little sleeve down thing, and they look like this. Now, I love them. They're very highly pigmented. They're 45 of them for 30-ish pounds. Can't remember in English, but probably about $40 odd in yours. Now, what I did do is these were on, you know, with the pans get a packet, they get like a little sleeve. I cut off the names of them, this little sleeves, and I've put them underneath each one. Because otherwise, if I'm following something where I'm learning to paint, they've got me moved along a little bit. But how would I know what I'm using? I wouldn't, would I? I've got my guide up here, but they can get lost. So what I tend to do is got it on here, but I can't keep picking them out and pulling them out every time I'm using them, especially when they're all wet. So a good little tip is if you do buy any watercolor pans and you've got a little space to put these, it's easier, because if someone's saying to you, put a little bit of Van Dyke Brown with a little bit of Hooker's Green Dark with a little bit of this, and you're thinking, oh my God, I've got to guess. I'm not that good with guessing. I'd rather have it out there and visual. How to avoid the pan colours getting all mixed and messed up? If you've got, well, you're going to have some mess. It's watercolours, it's paint. Paint just does mess slightly. You're going to have, and I'm not bothered because it's well loved. What you can do is if you get a little bit of, say, red on your green, get your brush, you know, and just slightly wipe it off. And you'll get the tops of it off with any other colour, and you've just got the pure colour down. That's the only way that you can clean them off, is just make sure that they're all the true colour to what they're supposed to be. But if you get little splashes and sploshes here and there, just leave it. Because mess is part of it. You can't avoid it. You can't be perfect in the watercolour painting department because it goes everywhere. So don't worry about these. But these are amazing. That is the colour range. And trust me, this is not the only colours. So you can mix however many and you'll get a whole range. A whole range of colours. I love them. You've also got this little palette here, which you can detach and take with you, which is what we're going to do because I need a palette. So I have that on the side, and obviously I'm going to mix. Now, again, if you've got a big, if you've got a page of Zentangles and your illustration's got a page of Zentangles, this is not colour along. I'm just showing you how to tackle it without looking at this and thinking, oh my gosh, you've got so many spaces of squares. How am I doing this? Well, just slap it on and go from there. Honestly, your base is going to be your best friend. Oh, I can't wait. I love that type of thing. Well, watercolours are not controlled. I've always said that. So if you're used to pencils, this is just a little hint. If you're used to the control of coloured pencils, one thing that you're going to find is that you are going to find it very hard to get out of that because you're so used to control over mess. You've got to let go of all of that. You've got to let it all go. You've got to just say, do you know what? To hell with the mess. It's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Hi, Pickle. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some Payne's Grey. So again, I've put it on here so I know exactly where it is. This is a brand new brush. I'm using a larger brush to mix. So with smaller details, I use a little one. And with larger mixing and areas, I'm going to use a slightly larger one. Yeah, it does help with the mess, but again, if you're doing on a palette, the mess is the whole point. Like, the mess is the fun. Don't be afraid of some mess. Mess is good. What you can also do is spray these, but I'm not even going to bother doing that, so I'm just going to pick up. So, you know, Dumbo's a nice light. We are really going to slosh down, and that's the whole point in this. It's meant to be fun. And you need some water, so squeeze some water out of there as well. Now, one of my favourite things about the Cotmans is that they have Chinese whites. Oh, they're amazing. So a Chinese white is one of the best colours ever to mix. Now, you're going to get some colour on that white. It doesn't matter, you can wipe it off after. So you really need to be generous with your application here. You're going to need a whole lot of white. You'll have a grey coating. Just wipe it off. Watercolours are supposed to be a bit messy. Hello, Unicorn. Let go of all of that, like, control you have. You're going to hate me at the end of this. You'll be like, Sam, this looks a mess at first. It does. It's the whole point. I love it. This is the whole thing about watercolours that I love that's so different from that, is they are so controlled. Now, what I am going to do as well is grab some of that white on the other side with a bit of water, because I can always reach over and mix some in. So Dumbo, he is nice and cute and a very light grey. Yeah, so sorry guys, I have not been online the last few days much, and as I said, I had a disaster with my roof again. And you're thinking, we'll get a new roof, Sam. Well, roofs are like 20 odd grand, so that's not going to happen. But we've got building insurance and we're in a court, so it's going to be more fix and see what happens and hope for the best. It has been fixed. It has been fixed, I promise. Hello everyone, I'm so sorry if I've missed you. It's not intentional. Okay, so you're going to need a nice clean brush, and then we'll get with the other colours. And then also we need our who's who. So D, we need D for Dumbo, and we've got to use his colours now. Okay, so Dumbo is a light grey, isn't he? And Timothy Mouse is, there we are. Okay, so he's a nice light grey, and we'll follow his colours. And then we've got Timothy Mouse here, so we'll follow his colours. And I just put that literally at the side of me for some reference. Sherry, yeah, different thing this time. Different thing. It wasn't the lightning part. Okay, so I'm going to get going, guys, otherwise I'm never going to get anything done, and you're going to think, oh my god, by the time that I've been on like 2 hours, you're going to think, what on earth has she done? So just a nice light coverage. Let's bring in a little bit more. You could put some blue tint to him actually. So just be careful, but be generous, and also not too much water. So it's the best way. Don't worry about, you know, light dark. So what I will do is go up here with some dark. So we're just basing, because we're going to come in with pencils, but you got a base, and you can't put too much water. Trust me, your page was going to buckle to hell otherwise. So you could do this in any book. I'm just using this one because it's got a lot of squares in it and it's easy for me to demonstrate. But if you have got a lot of squares and it puts you off, don't worry about it. You know, it's just a book. You can go over those squares, and we'll shade some. We will shade some, but we're not going to shade all. We'll shade some individual, and then we'll do a blanket sort of coverage. I am going to put a tiny bit of Prussian blue into that grey up there. which it just will give it a little bit of different coverage as well. So just pull that pigment. It just has to be a coating, remember. And I really enjoy doing this. Sorry about my throat today. But how have you all been? I've been stressed as hell. I'm sorry. I really have. It's one of mine of the Disney books. It's one of my favourites. Okay, so I'm going to look at here again. So I'm not going to pull too much. I'm wiping off as I go along, right? And then... But thank you, Shannon. Bless you. That was so sweet. And then his eyes are sharp. I can't do his little blue eyes, but never mind. Oh, hello, lovelies. Hi, Jamie. Welcome and happy Saturday. Happy weekend, shall I say, not happy Saturday. Okay, the inside of his ears are pink, so remember we can't be doing that, so you got to be careful. I am going to do some gradient because his head up here is a little bit darker than the bottom. And it helps you when you come to your pencil as well. Jamie, I hope you're alright. I was watching your videos about your dying channel and I was like, no, you're not dying. Oh my god. I did mention that on my stream the other day. I was like, go show you some love. You're not dying. Oh, bless you. Oh, you're not you and ceiling problems as well. Oh my gosh, April, what is it? Is it in the air? Is there something in the air for us at the minute? Okay, so I'm going to pull some of that water. You're not in frame. Let me get you up here. There you go. So this is just a bit of a chill session just to show you a way. When we get to the colour pencils, it's fun. So to show you that you can leave out some. You can leave out some of them. You don't have to do them all. And we're going to have a lot of coverage. I'm going to use Lumis. You can use any set of pencils, quite literally. Any set goes on the hair. Any set. Right, it's got a little bit darker here, so I'm going to put a little bit more pigment. Oh, nice. No, Vicky. Oh my god. Oh, they say it goes in freeze. Oh no. Ah, oh, so we've all got roof problems. What is going on? Oh my god. Is it a curse? Is it the colouring curse of roofs? We just cursed. Oh my goodness me. I'm telling you, you can't write this sort of stuff. This sort of stuff happens and you sit there after and you sit back and you think, you can't write it. You just can't write this kind of day, can you? Oh, bless you both. I hope you get sorted as well. I mean, thankfully we had an emergency roof around the next morning, but you know, it's just too much. These things, and when you're, the thing is when your ownership as well, it's all on you, and yeah, it can be a nightmare, but it'll be all right, ladies. It'll be all right. It's the colouring curse. What's going on? Who's put a curse on us? There's voodoo dolls somewhere, I think, don't you? Okay, so we're going to come to his little body. His feet are a bit darker. Let's pull in a little bit of that Prussian blue, actually, because it goes into that grey, right? So we're going to mix it right in with the Payne's grey. And we're going to do that on the bottom of his feet because they've got a blue hint or tint. And then also, if we come to some of the lighter grey a second. Yeah, who's got our voodoo doll? oh my gosh. So yes, my apologies. Anyone that's emailed, messaged, I have not properly been on anything for a couple of days. I'll get round to it in the next day. I just have been I've just been in a bit of a tiz. I had a panic. Andrew will tell you, he's never seen me like that before, ever. Because I just saw it into the TV and I just thought, oh my god, we're going to have an explosion or a fire. What had happened? Chip was at home on his own. what's going to happen if I have a fire when I'm out. You know, I had all these random thoughts in my head, and I just thought this could have been my worst nightmare had we not just been 10 minutes later than what we were, because we were doing our food shopping. And you know, you have those just thoughts. Oh yay, Danny! Woohoo! Okay, just adding more white into that tiny hint of grey there, because we need to lighten it up. So we're going to bring a little bit of that down. Just mix your colours. Here's got like a blue hint into him. So it's not much. There is not much of the... he's got blue feet. Get my words out, Sam. Get your words out, Sam. There's not much of a light grey. It's got like a blue grey, so I need more Prussian. There we go. You know, sometimes your words leave your mind, even though it's on the way out of the mouth, but it doesn't quite reach it. It's like it stops. It comes to a halt. That's what's happening today. Don't ask. Okay, see how cute he's going to be. He's going to be so cute. Can't wait to get all the actual main colours down. Right, so let's bring some of that other colour down here. You need to squeeze some of that water out of the brush. But not too much, because we're going to waterlog and we don't need that. We do not need that. And what you all working on? Are you working for a project? Are you working on anything like on a couple of you sketch? Are you working on any of those? Are you working on any themes? I'm going to extend my Colouring Heaven theme for another month because I love the issue so much. And I don't think a month is long enough. Words are hard, Sherry. They're so hard. I don't know why. They just seem to fail sometimes, you know. They are hard. I think I need to go back to school sometimes. Anyway, so I'm just going to pull down some of that blue tint as well. Let's come into that lighter tone. Wipe off, drag pigment, drag it. Okay, and then we're going to go for the belly, and that's going to be light because we're going to put coloured pencil. We need a tiny bit more of the grey. And then we will do his ears, which are very cute. You're back at underwater. You're working on a Laura Rafferty picture. Oh, the is it the Valentine one? You got so many whips on the go. That's fine. We like whips. Mermaids by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Nice. One of my favourite ladies she is. I was looking at her book the other day thinking I need to get back to her, so I might do something out of the Colouring Heaven Strangeling issue, because, or even that picture that we got, because we were supposed to be the Colouring Heaven event again this year and we can't because it's not going ahead because of what's happened with the world. So I might do the free image that we got for that I never got around to ever. Nice. I like that one, Joanne. I never bought it. I need to buy that. Yeah, the Victorian one. You're doing a scrapbook. That sounds like so much fun, revisiting that, Debbie. I love that idea. Is it particularly anything? Like, is it your family? Is it memories? What's the scrapbook? What are you doing? I'm nosy. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit more of this in there. As I said, I'm quite slow and I'm quite happy to be slow because I want to show you how I tackle all these little bits once I get the pencils on them. But we've got a base already. It's so good. Never heard of that, Della. What's that one? I have to look that one up. I can't believe there's a book I don't know about. What's going on? Yes, my mojo's coming back as well. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. And do you know what's got me back into it? I made myself yesterday just let go of stress because I have been so super stressed out, and I don't like to bring that to the channel at all, but I really have. My stress levels have been absolutely diabolical recently. And then when the roof, I was just like, I can't be doing this. Just can't. You know, there's some days and you just sit now, I can't. Okay, so I've got more white on here than anything with a hint of grey, and they go into his little toes, so they're going to be just a hint. And then we're going to get the pinks. So we're going to come to this part. Okay, so his ears have a peachy pink, so we're going to have to make that up, which we can make with, we're going to go for a pinkish colour. So we'll go for permanent red, maybe just a bit of this. So this one is rose. Is this rose madder hue? No, permanent red. So we're going to have a hint of that. Oh, lovely. Debbie, I love that. High school memories. Senior class trip when you went to Canada. That's so much fun. So you really are revisiting memories. Okay, so let's squeeze some of that out. Then we need a hint of a cream, I think a cream colour. So we're going to go for a bit of cadmium yellow hue, just a touch. And then you wipe that off because we don't be needing that. And then I really need some white. So I'm going to really go heavy on my white, get a lot onto my brush. And we're going to mix that in. So it's made this salmony colour. Can you see that? It's like a pink salmon colour. So what colour makes that is permanent red, a tiny bit of cadmium yellow pale and white. And we really, really need a tiny bit of that in the ear. So it makes this like beautiful tone of, it's like a salmon, but you don't need it heavy because we're going to do that with pencils, but you do need obviously a little bit more colour than what I'm putting down, but we won't go into that because I can go over it again. So I'm just going all over. As I said, this isn't about Disney today because it's all about tackling squares, but I do love this book. I'm sorry, I know some of you aren't Disney fans and that's a-okay. You don't have to always like what we all like, or you know, we don't have to like what everyone else likes. It's fine. But it is really nice. How do I like the Artege brushes? I love them. I do love them, and I got these way before I was an Artege affiliate. I'm just going to put that pink back in there, guys. I've only done a couple of videos of theirs actually because I just haven't. Well, craziness happened. Yes, there's lots of mediums I can't use. I'm learning. Oh my gosh. Oh no! Okay, well, you're going to have to send me, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of that yellow in there again. You're going to have to send me the picture of the front of the book, Della, because honestly, I can't place it. Yeah, I love them. Sorry, I was halfway to saying that and then I was reading. I personally prefer them over many others. Like, you need that white in there now. Just because I don't have any water leakage from them. Now, I loved and I still do, I love my Kuretake ones, and I also love, so this is just a base, guys, just a base. Remember, we're going to come in a minute with our pencils when this is dry. I was using the Kuretakes and I've never had a problem with those, but they just suddenly stopped on me, so you can no longer push the water into the barrel. Does that make sense? So as I'm going to push down, it's just like stuck, it's not doing anything. So that was a bit frustrating because I was going through them like water. Excuse the pun, but I really was. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit more of that pink. Then I moved on to the Derwent, which Vicky I know was using as well for a while. And that stopped on me for no reason. Brand new. I think I've still got it there. And then the Pentel ones I cannot do. The Pentel ones have always leaked on me too much. They just literally leak like they've got some person invisibly tapping the water out of them for me. And they just spill so much water onto my work. So I never had a good time with them. So my Artesias haven't done that yet. But I don't use them like crazy amounts. I try to use normal brushes. But yeah, they are my favourite if I go as far as saying that. Right, I'm just bringing a bit more of that yellow in because it makes it into a salmon colour. Okay, and I'm just going to add that on the tongue. But yeah, what's your experiences, guys, with the... I know I'm going to miss lots of comments. I'm so sorry. Yes, the detailer, Sabrina. Hold on, this one, hun. this one. Now this one stopped on me and it's brand new. That one. It's a yellow detail Akurataki. I love them, but they just I haven't had much luck. This one I despise. Let me show you, but I still got it. But I personally, if I could rate this as a 0, -0, I would. This is the Pentel, and this one just leaks, and I've used it once. As soon as I used it, it was just leaking all out of it. Maybe I got a 41, but if I could rate this as a minus, I would. I've still got it just because I can't believe it. Does anyone else keep something that's 40 and they just think, but I don't want to let go of you? Oh my god. Just too many. Yeah, I love that one, Sabrina. I must admit, I need to get a couple more of them. But my Artesia ones, if I was to buy another set, I'd buy this set all over again. So they come in a set, and they've got the red. They've got another set as well. But I do love these. So if I was to recommend to try any, I'd say try these and try the Kuritakis. But if I was to say which ones to avoid, I'd say the Pentel. I think Kenny had a problem with the Pentel. I'm sure Kenny said it to me. Yes, you're going to go strong. Jamie, you are going to go strong. Everyone go subscribe to Jamie Fran Colours, because bless her, she's been doing this for a while. She had a bit of a break because, you know, mummy life comes first. But go support our lovely Jamie. Yeah, I don't like the Pentel. Oh, you don't like the Pentel? You chuck them immediately. Rebel, I wish I was like that. Oh my god. Lou, I'm just not having fun with them. What's going on? I'm telling you, what's going on? Okay, let me stop blabbering for a second. Oh gosh. Just can't be bothered with. Honestly, I've never had a really good time with these at all. Yes, what is going on? Lou, you must have got the golden ticket of one, because we all have the worst time with them. Hello, Becky. Tim Holt, does he have them? I'll have to check that out. Do I have to try them? Is that something I have to try? Let me try them. Okay, let's go to his little thing. He's got red, so I'm just going to go straight in there. So I'm going to pick up my... Sorry, I have not stopped blabbering on. I'm going to pick up... That one's not red. Let's go for... Is this red? Yes. Okay, so I'm going for... It would help if I looked. Permanent red. So let's just head there. And it needs to be a bit brighter. Why is that not going as bright? Let's put in a little bit of the cadmium red deep hue as well. Oh, that's better. Okay, so that's a nice bright red. So here's a little fluff. Is going to be that. Now again, I'm not going to worry about shading because we're going to come in with pencils. So I'm just going to go straight in, and I'm going to ignore every single solitary square that there is, and I'm going to treat it like a big open space, because when we come in with our pencils, I can differentiate between squares and put details in as and when I want. But for now, the squares don't exist. They just don't. I know, Kenny, me too. Oh, thank you, Della. My phone is in the other room charging. I'll look after. Take care, anyone that's going. Yeah, you got the golden tickets. What's going on? Kenny, I think we got duped. What's going on? I think we need to write and complain. You did get the golden tickets, you ladies that got the good ones, because I've had a terrible experience. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go in. As I said, this is not a Disney, I'm not doing a whole Disney-a-thon or anything like that. I'm just showing you how I approach the squares, because I've had a few people, sorry, say, I need a drink. I need to come up for air. That would help. It's all Diddy's fault, yeah. We followed the Queen, and the Queen let us down on that occasion. Yeah, what was I saying? I don't even know. That was what I was saying. Okay, so this isn't anything like from Rated Disney. I'm just showing about the squares and when I finally put the pencil to them. But basing this is going to be your absolute must. Okay, so it's got a little tiny... Oh, and he's got rosy cheeks. Why didn't I put the rosy cheek in? So I need a bit of white. Now I'm going to get a little bit of pink on my white. So let's put some white down here. And he needs a cheek. So we're going to put a little rosy cheek in with some pink. So I've got white on there with some red. I'll come in closer when I colour. I'm just coverage at the moment. Pamela, you love your Pentails as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to buy wherever you bought them from because mine just do not work. I need this for little Timothy Mouse, but I'm going to do Timothy Mouse like later. I'm going to do Dumbo in the background first, but I'm still going to watercolour base the whole thing. I need to move my cup of tea, otherwise I'm going to spill it. Yeah, I think they are. They must be. Because they definitely have not worked for me. And for many. Maybe we need to try again. It's just I don't want to waste my money when I could be getting something else. Coming down to Timothy, he's got a lot of red and I'm not wasting that red. So he has got a red top hat. So remember, just base this. It's not gonna kill you to ignore the squares for the moment. And if you get some leak over into another area, it's fine. Your pencils are going to sort everything out. So that's got yellow, don't worry about that. And then his little jacket, oh, he's so cute. Okay, so let's go back to our red. I'm not looking at the chat for a minute, so if I miss anything, I do apologise. I'm just going to base quickly whilst I've got this out, otherwise I'm never going to get anything done. And you're going to come along and you're going to think, wasn't a very productive stream, Sam. Okay, so on Tuesday, I'm going to do more in the werewolf. So if you are following me, anyone, I know there is a few that really wanted me to continue and do it all. And that's what they're about. So I will do the head, like I said, and get the rest of that page pretty much prepared so we can move on to page 2. And tackle the back legs, the hind legs, and the bats and stuff. So I will get myself ready for that. And then it's fairies in full. Is that Shannon? Help me out. Is it fairies in full or full a-thon or colour-a-thon? Give me the full hashtag. I know it's fairies and full. We call it autumn over here, so I always get mixed up. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Ashley. Hi Wilson. I'm sorry I call you Wilson. It's just so that I don't get you mixed up with Heather. So we've got Felty and we've got Wilson. Okay. So that's Timothy Mouse's red. He's just got a tiny bit of a pink tongue. There, thank you. Fairies in full colour-a-thon. I didn't know if it was colour-a-thon or a thon. Okay, yellow. We need like that ochre yellow now. Cadmium yellow hue is going to be the one. And I'm still with my thicker brush, but I'm going to move to my thinner brush in a minute because it's smaller details now. So we needed a fair amount on there. And we've got a gradient out a little bit on some bits, but not yet. Thank you. And there is the sketcher. I always get it mixed up if it was a thon or colour-a-thon, because some people do a thon and some people do colour-a-thon. So I always get mixed up. Okay, let's come back to our lovely little Dumbo. And he has got yellow coming here. Goes all the way. And Vicky, if you're still here, are you streaming tomorrow? Because I know it's like a long old week in a new job with a house as well. But I am asking because I'm wondering so that I can be ready. Okay. So I'm just going to gradient that out because that doesn't need to be all yellow. And I will put a little bit of dark to light as well. And if you have a channel, throw your hearts up. Let's go for that. And if people watching this back, open the chat up. It does take a day to render for some reason, and you can check channels out, write their names down, have a look. Hello, Boots! Love it. Okay, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of yellow ochre, which is like a bit of a brown ochre, and I'm just going to gradient out a little bit on the underneath of the hat, just because that will help me out with shading when I come to my pencils as well. Ooh, nice. Okay, and you did your turtle as well, didn't you? And Kirsty did a turtle yesterday, but she did a Tim Jeffs one. Everyone's doing turtles, Becky. Becky, what have you told them? Becky's like the one that pointed out to me that I'm just haunted by turtles, and everyone seems to be doing turtles at the moment. So I think Becky's told them. I'm only kidding. They're beautiful. It's just that mine was a flop. Okay, so he is super cute. Let's go for the background. Will be a lot of yellow and red as well. So let's go for some of this red yellow on here as well whilst we're at it. And I want to show you how, before I do all the background, I want to give you a little hint on how I'm going to do him. Timothy Mouse is brown. I do love turtles, don't get me wrong, it's just my page I didn't like. We all have that one, or we all have that fail, don't we? We all have a fail. And mine I just wasn't feeling was the turtle for some reason. It's nothing against the blooming turtle, it's against me and my colouring. Yeah, I know, it put me off him for life. It put me off him for life. Oh well, we all have that one. What's been a right, okay, this is quite fun. What's been a colouring fail of yours in your opinion? Like, what's been something that you have done? I'm going to come to him with pencils before I move on to any more watercolouring in this, because I want to show you how to tackle it now without worrying about every single square. I seem to have, I've got paint on my... What are you trying to do to me, Vicky? Okay, so let's come in closer. Right, I'm going to use Lumis because I just love them. And I was going to use Light Fast, but I'll go for Lumis. You can use any pencil set you have. The Cat in Summer Nights. Mine has just been that turtle. Like, that is the one that I wish never happened. I don't know why it just haunts me so much. Okay, let's go for some greys. And I need a blue grey as well. So I'm just going to pick out random greys. It'll be good to use your chart at this point, by the way. But I'm just going to pick random selections because that's what I do. I think that's about right. Okay, so let's go for these greys first. Jewels, yeah. But what's a pic? Have you got a particular picture you've ever done and you just thought, oh God, no, I'd rather have not have done that. So what I'm going to do at first, I'm going to do a mixture of sort of a blue. This is Payne's grey at first, but I'm going to mix in a bit of blue before I do that. So behind, I'm just going to pick a light Colbert blue, but just to start with. So when you're coming now to your, I'm going to ignore the squares for now. We're going to do some square colouring as we come up to the ears. But if you've got all these Zentangles in the background and you've got all these squares in the background, just block them out like they're not there for the moment. If you're someone like me and you're not particularly fond of them. So before I come in with any dark, I just want to place in some blue. Because the blue is the first colour that I can spot in him particularly, you know. So let's go for some blue first. So this is not a colour along at all. This is just how I would tackle the, you know, funky little patterns in your image and ignore them. But I'm back to my werewolf, and then I'm going to plan another. I've got to edit now, because don't forget I've been having a nightmare. I had no internet for a while, and then I had the roof problem, so I've not actually had time to sit down and edit part 2 of my girl, but she's all filmed, and I've got a couple of videos actually filmed that need to be edited, but I just haven't had the time. And then now decorating next week, so it's just been like, yeah, you know, sometimes life just throws you just a bunch of stuff and you just got to try and juggle it. I'm at that point. And roll on Halloween, because that's when I'm chilled out and relaxed. Okay, so we've got blue now before we move on to anything else. Okay, let's get our Payne's grey. And this is just going to, at first, I've got to be really careful. So this is going to be my dark area. And again, I'm kind of making the squares invisible because I'm using it as an entire image rather than mosaic. But if you're someone that likes to do all those little patterns and mosaics, you probably would want to tackle this in another way, meaning you will come to these squares and you will individually do them. I'm personally on that other side of too many, far too many. So we're going to just ignore them like they don't exist. And we're just going to look forward and ahead at an entire image as opposed to the rest. And see, that lovely watercolour background has just given you an upper hand. The reason why I didn't do it with a water-based marker, i.e. super tips or anything, is one, I can't stand the streaking, personally, of them in big spaces. Some people like to use them in this book. I'm just not a good experience. So personally, I wouldn't go with water-based markers, and you can't go for alcohol because they are double-sided images. So just, this is the easiest route. Now you've still got that blue tint in there, and this steel grey has got a blue tint in it. So it's still keeping that on the underneath, and you're going to come into the middle. And you won't have to do a heck of a lot, because the good thing is you've started it off. So you're just going to work your way out. Okay, let me look up. Yes, Lou, honestly, try it. I think it's the best way, because you've got, look, you've got your base. And there's not actually a lot of work to be done. You're just going to shade a little bit, but not too much. So you're just getting your gradient right. This is just all it is. It's just getting the gradient right. But I prefer to use that just in this book, honestly. It just makes my life so much easier, and two, it makes me enjoy this book that much more. But there are lots and lots of Zentangle books, and it's not just, this is just a Disney one, but there are lots and lots and lots of, you know, Zentangle books in general, aren't there? And you can use this method in all of them. Right, I'm looking up. I'm looking up. Hello, Debbie. I'm so sorry. I'm going to call you Debbie Stress Free because we've got Debbie Colour as well. We've got a couple of Debbies, and I don't want to get you mixed up. So we've got Debbie Stress Free and Debbie Colour. So we've got Felty, Heather, and Wilson. So we have to so I don't get you mixed up. Otherwise, you're probably going to think I'm talking to the other one when I'm talking to one. Yes, try it. Try it, try it, try it. Please try it. I love it when people try things because it makes me happy, and it makes this kind of worth it. Okay, let me grab a Lumi. I'm going to grab the colour Violet Pink, which is this beautiful little pink colour. And it'll give him, before I go any further, it's the perfect colour. And then I'm going to grab, what are you going to guess I'm going to get? A buff titanium. And I'm just going to put that on the edge of it rather than another pink. And I'm going to blend that outwards. Just like that. And if I want to put any more, I will. Hello, Tara. I'm sorry if I miss anyone. So what we're doing today, lovelies, that is, or are joining, is squares. And how the easiest way. You also need a black. Okay, so we're going to go for a another grey. And this is Payne's Grey 30%. And then again, if you want to tackle an individual square, so you've got this part here. And I'm just going to very slightly gradient that out. Who's up for at the end of this stream, rather than on a video? I don't mind, or would you prefer a video, Shannon? To swatch those colours out. Can I do that on stream? Would you guys mind? Because I'm really dying to swatch them. I'm like, they need to be swatched now. I can't wait. My fingers need to happen. It needs to happen. You know when you get something and you've just been anticipating it for so long and you just need... I've put the link in the description for everything. The Monarchs. This book, the Who's Who book, which I'm using at the side. Oh, it's just closed itself, but I was on it. Here I am. I'm using this at the side. You don't mind. Oh, some of you might already have them, but this might, yeah, just in case somebody doesn't. I know a lot of you would have, because you're in the US and you got them way before us. Okay, so again, ignoring, but I'm going to not ignore this one. I'm not ignoring this one, so I'm going to use that one. And I'm not going to ignore the bottom one, so I'm going to individually do those. So some of them you can pick out that you want to do, and some of them you don't. Some of them you just want to completely ignore, like the top. I know. I know. Well, I ask, but then I've got like hinting at the same time, don't I? But I really am keen to swatch them. I really am, because yeah, they are fab. But I also, what I will do separately is do a comparison to the Holbein pastels, because to me they look very similar. And if you can't afford the Holbeins, I think they're a great alternative. Back to Payne's Grey. So if you are wanting Holbein pastels and you just don't like the price tag, I do believe by looking at the colours online that I've seen, they're very similar. And I don't think they're that different, but I want to do a comparison. So I want to see visually the difference of the tones, because if you can get them for £24 against 100 and odd for just the pastel set, then why, you know, why not have that option if that's something you were after? Yes, they are beautiful. Okay, so see where we've put the blue in there as well. So also just going to grab that blue back, talking of blue, and I'm going to just apply some of that into his trunk, his little trunk. I've got just little did you know fact at the side of me here next to his picture in his book. Dumbo's real name is Jumbo Jr. originally. Jumbo, not Dumbo. He was given the nickname Dumbo by one of the other elephants, so his name is Jumbo. You know, I've never even realised that till now. He's so cute. Okay, his face is coming along. Grabbing my black, and I'm just going to put his eyebrows. I'm going to do his little eyelashes, because you know they kind of go, don't they? And I'm just going to get my pinky colour here, which is the violet pink, which is in the new set of Loomies. They're beautiful. And I'm also going to get a darker colour, and I'm going to go for... Oh, thanks. He is cute, isn't he? It'll look great when it's done. I'm going to get the Anth Carmine 580, again a new colour. I'm just going to go around the edge of that as well. Okay, can you see how ignoring them can just be as effective? I can't be doing all those tiny little squares personally, and so I think that this option is quicker. See how quick I've achieved that. Now, it could be with any book. As I said, you don't have to be a fan of it. So I've only done his head, we've not done his body, but look at the difference already. And you've got all those squares, but you don't have to like acknowledge them. So we're going to come down to his little body and then we'll do his ears, because his ears are fabulous, although I will start using a little bit more on there. Okay, so we're going to go for the Payne's grey. So go for a dark grey, any set. And again, ignore the squares for a minute, ignore any squares, ignore mosaics, ignore Zentangles, just colour as if the image didn't have them. And use, you know, your shadowing, etc. as you would. Okay. And again, his little belly, so we're going to use that as our... So we'll do Dumbo, and we'll do little... what can we do? Oh no, these would be yellow, I think. Maybe we'll do him. We'll see. See how much time we got, because I do want to swatch out those Black Widows. I could just maybe do Dumbo today. And then, as I said, this will kind of give you the prompt to try this without doing all those tiny little Zentangles. Yeah, I really want to stick with the blue, red, and, you know, like in the movie, the blue, red, and yellow theme. So it's nice and bright. So I'm thinking like behind him will be yellow, and then we'll have the red, the blue, and the red again, and then again yellow. Keep within that with all of it. So it keeps within the theme of the movie, because the theme of the movie is yellows, blues, and reds. Okay, so this tiny little chunk of a leg, so cute. Let's go for that. This is still your darkest grey. And under the foot. Right, use that now, that square, and ignore this for the minute, and just quickly, you know, just shade. And then I'm not going to go out of these squares, so I'm going to follow those squares down. The same with the little leg. I'm going to use that square there, but use it as like a reference. So if you had a Zentangle, just use it as your reference to follow, but just, you know, you don't have to go in all those details and just do every single bit. It's just a prompt. Now the underneath is going to have a slight blue tint, so I'm going to put that under your grey. Okay. It's adorable. Oh no, I missed it. Thank you. So I didn't even see his tail. Thank you. Let me just do that now. It's light grey, dark grey. Thanks. Thank you. I did not see that. Okay, I'm going to go for a middle grey, still grey. I'm going to come off the panes. So you've gone from a dark to a mid. Dark to mid. And again, I'm not going to worry too much because we've got that shading already with the watercolors. So I haven't got a white space. It's all done for me. That is your light grey. So you only need your dark and your mid. You don't need a light. Your light's already down. And that's a good thing with the base as well, is that you haven't got to keep doing all those squares, and you won't have all that white space because you've got your lightest tone in there. See? Already done for me. Yeah, I know he is adorable. It's more just, as I said, I know there's a lot of people that, you know, think, oh, you know, it's adult channel, it's not kind of thing I want to be doing, and that's fine. I'm with you, but I do love my Disney, and I do love this book. And if you have got this book, it shows you also another way to tackle it. Okay, let's go for the belly as well. And I love that we've got a base, so we haven't got to worry too much about all that white. So let's just go in there, I want his tummy, and with this part as well. But I've got to be super careful, so I won't be doing a lot of these sort of characters on the channel, just because YouTube does pick it up on their Google bots as children's, and yeah, so this type of thing I can't be doing it as much, which is fine, you know. They've got so many books, so it's not like it's an issue, but just bear that in mind. It's something that I can't be doing regular, because the algorithms and the Google bots, they pick it up as something completely different, and then they'll say, you know, it is intended for kids because it's kids material, etc, etc. So I've got to have to be very, very, very mindful. Aww. Yes, get the book out again. Okay, I need some blue. I need a bit of blue. So the blue that I'm going to pick up is just I need a little bit on the base of it. This one. Okay, this is grey blue at 756. So I need this on his base of his little feet, his little plodders. So let's underbase that on the edge. Let's underbase that. And then again, grab a grey, and then you go on top of that blue. So you'll still have a base. Mix it in. You can go on top again after if you need to. Layers is fine. So grab that blue again and just base it again. Just go just over the top of it a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Shows through. So you've got a blue hint to your grey. And you can do that. Do that again. Hello lovelies, let's come on in if I've missed anyone. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Okay, so we're going to go with the blue on top of the greys. And come with your, this is slate grey, so it's like a darker grey. You can just kind of mix and match between them all. And then these little knees. And the same with this little area here. So you can bring that down around. They're just fun to do. If you're sitting here and you want some mindless colouring on a Saturday, I'm going to bring in my light blue at steel grey. You want something mindless, you want something fun, maybe to put up in your child's room, even for yourself, just to look at, you know. These kinds of things are nice and easy, because you can just not think, get on with it, and you've got a reference as well, which is always, I think, always fun. Okay, so dark grey again. That's just to make sure that your shadow will show on the underneath. And see how much that's taken. It doesn't take much at all. So if we come to our ears, and I'm thinking about putting our dark down first, I'm going to go for like a medium to dark pink before I do anything else. And then I'm going to come to my mid colour, because remember, we've got our light colour down. Is it? That it's not that. It's £15 here in the UK. It is an import though, maybe that's why. Have a look. Sometimes Amazon France as well. It's on Amazon UK and Amazon France for sure, but you'll have to have a look on your own Amazons. Okay, so I'm going to fade out. And you don't need to do a heck of a lot of work on this, because you've got half the job done. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it is really adorable. I love this image. Okay. So I'm just chilling out and relaxing with you guys, just colouring away, ignoring every square. Okay. Just making sure I don't missed anything. Remember, if there's anything for me, pop it in caps. I can't promise that I won't miss it still, but I'll try not to. Okay. So if I go back to a darker colour just to make sure I've got my shading in. And if you're doing this in your free time, you can make sure that you know, you don't have to rush. I just speed myself up a little bit because I'm on a stream, but I wouldn't in my free time. And then you can, and just to show you, if you've got a blender pencil and you like using blenders, you can use a blender pencil on top of watercolours. That's another question that I got asked. Yep. So if you've got your watercolour, it's dry, it actually gives it more tooth. And then if you get a blender pencil outwards, you can blend your colours from a mid into your light, and it does the job perfectly. So this is just a Caran d'Ache blender. And look, you have no problem. If you wanted to go even, you know, more gradient, then you can. So you just grab your medium tone again and you just blend it outwards a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, so can you see how quick and easy it is when you do watercolour base, plus you ignore every single square? And imagine you had a whole page of Zentangles, you would ignore them as well. So I obviously, in my free time, I can work a little bit more on the the gradient of dark to light and a bit more shading, etc, etc. But you will do that in your free time as well. It's just to give you, who has done this book but has done every square before? And did you find it took you so long, and did you enjoy it? Just curious. Hello, lovely. What is the other book? The other book is by Disney Press, written by Brooke Fatale. Let me bring you down. This one. And as I said, it's called Who's Who. So it's just a guide. Yeah, they're super cute. I've always loved this book. It's just so cute. Alright, let's get my Dumbo character back up. Okay. Let's go for some yellows, and then I'll do, no, let's do his ear. We're still on the greys, ignore me. Okay, so I'm going to go for some slate grey. Now, again, I'm going to start to look at these squares. These squares are so small, but these ones are a little bit less daunting. So I'm going to go to each one, and I'm going to just slightly use them to just on the ears, nowhere else, just on the ears. Okay, so if I go to a mid, which is that slate grey, I'm just going to blend that out on the edge. So I'm going to work on them, you know, bit by bit. But I wouldn't have done that on the body. So this is just how I'm going to treat the ear. And it's just as effective, but can you see? You can see that it's going to go on every single part. And I really, yeah, see, I did that on my first one. I just thought I didn't enjoy it. And then I'm going to get my blender. I'm just going to blend the edge. Now that's fine for me doing it on these single squares on the ear, but I wouldn't want to do that anywhere else. Welcome back, Becky. So I'm going to go back to my mid and I'm going to continue that. So just on the edges. And you could be selective, so the ears is the only place I'll do the individual squares. And then everywhere else is going to have kind of a block approach. And they're going to be ignored. But I think it looks quite effective on the ears because it's giving it a different look, right? So I'm just going to have to... It gives it a look of each square, doesn't it? And then we're going to do his hat, do his ruffles. And I'll post him, obviously I'll post him up on my Instagram when he's all done. But if you do tackle this book in a different way, because you have been doing them in individual squares, I'd like to see, because I want to know if you enjoyed it less or more, or if it's you're happier with your result without them, or if you're happier with a watercolor base or without. I'm just, you know, curious on your thoughts on how you enjoyed it. Okay, so I'm going to go over my mid. And I'm going to tone that right out. But it gives it a completely different look, doesn't it? If you do the ears. And then the ears have got this different pattern then from the rest of the body. So you've got a bit of both. You've got a bit of square mosaic tiles, and then you have a bit of the image just being as one whole. So you got the best of both worlds on this, which is something that you've brought to. That's another thing, it brings kind of two ways of colouring to the table, doesn't it? And I am using a blender pencil because it just speeds the process up. So you've got a nice, it's like a nice effect going around, but then you've also got a really nice effect with that. So let me grab a white gel pen or a white Posca. You just ordered it, you caved. You caved in. Okay, where on earth did I put my white Posca? There it is. Okay, so now, also another effect you can do is we're going to put a little bit of Posca like around just before I do any of the other bits. I'm going to take out these black lines around these little tootsies. So I'm going to take all of those little black circles out because they stay that colour. That's the colour that they are. And I still got to do his hat and stuff. And you can, you know, you can play around with where you want to highlight. So we're going to do some bits in his ears. And then let's just do a little bit on the underneath. And take out that one down the middle of his little nose. So just play around with what you want to put in there, and it's really cute as well. And then in his little, he's so cute. Just play around, let's have a look. So they're just little tiny ways to, can you see, tiny ways to make a little something out of your picture. So just like a little dotted effect. You can put in other Posca pens, you don't have to stick with the white. Just little ways to make him cute. Okay, so very quickly, as I said, I'm going to do this red and yellow here. So let's go for a deep red and a scarlet red. And I'm going to ignore the squares on this. And I'm going to come in with like a dark carmine. and on the bottom bit here as well. So I'm ignoring all of those squares for a minute, and I'm just going to look at where I need to sort of arrange the colour. And then the same with here, just bits and bobs rather than looking too much at the squares. Just take your mind off them. And then on the underneath here, let's just put a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a lighter, so like a scarlet red, and I'm going to blend that out. And you've got your light red in there, so you can leave some of that, because your watercolour's there, so you can just blend it straight out into there. Nice and quick. And as I said, I'm going to do the background in the same colours with the blue. I might just watercolour base it with you guys, because that I can get that at least started, can't I? I usually watercolour base the entire thing before I do, but I'm just showing you how I approach it rather than just do the whole thing. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my very dark red. That's on the underneath. Same with this part. Hope you're finding this night okay. Thank you, lovelies. Sorry, I wasn't in chat for a minute, so anyone that's asked questions, I've not seen them. And then I'm going to go with my yellows. And I need like a cadmium sort of yellow, a dark yellow. So let's go for like a yellow type of ochre and a bright yellow. You want the is there a way you can get it? Raw sienna is what I'm going to use. So you can use a yellow ochre, it's the same kind of thing. I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to ignore them for a second. Hello Dee. Hello beautiful colours. Okay, and then a mid yellow, and don't forget it goes into what you've already watercoloured. So bingo, you have less shading to do. Grab your Posca, and I'm just going to go through this a minute. There you go, just so simple. And then the hat, two types of yellows, a dark yellow, nice sort of yellow ochre. Let's just go with some shading on where you might need it. Your watercolour's done the majority, so you don't need to worry about that. It's nice and quick, which is what I love. This type of picture, I don't want to spend lengths of time on them. I want something nice and quick and easy and mindless. That is what I view. What's your mindless books? What is your mindless books? Mine's Disney. Hands down, every time. Any of them, because the characters are already worked out for me. Medium type of yellow to blend out, and then you've got all your watercolour base, which is there. So you don't need to then go into any other colour apart from two, because your light tone is down. Mine is 100% these colours. I just find these books so relaxing, so quick, so easy, completely mindless. And there are many times, that is the reason why most of us turn to colouring. We want something mindless. We want that mindless time. And see how nice and quick and easy he was. Now, I haven't done that part of him, but it's nice. It's going to be in the same manner as that, so I'll finish that one off. Same as little Timothy Mouse, he's going to be in those same colours. So let's just do his little uniform. Chibi Girls Grayscale. Okay, so I'm going to go for a dark red first. Do you know, it's one book I need to, and I funnily enough picked it up the other day, the Chibi Girls Grayscale, that I picked up and thought I really need to do. But I know what I'm like, and I won't just do mindless markers. I'll then go in with pencils. So it ends up not a mindless picture, if that makes sense. See, whereas these are for me, because they're all worked out for me, whereas they're not. Do you know, it's just hard for me to just do a marker picture and not put detail in. Just really hard. I love my Hannah Lynn's. Thank you. Disney. See, some of you got Disney as well. I think with me it's just because it's all worked out. Does that make sense? You know, like your characters are there. You can't really go wrong. Unless you want to do them completely different, by the way. Okay, go to my mid-tone. It's just nice because it is worked out. That's how I look at it. It's completely there for you. I find the more I have to sit there and think, I do enjoy it, but there are days where you want something where you don't have to do that, and that's where diamond painting came into my life, where it was just didn't have to think. You can just keep dabbing on a canvas, you know, till you're blue in the face and you don't have to think. It's completely mindless. But then also swatching can become quite like that because it's the same movement, the same action, you're just doing boxes, you know. So on days like that you can sit and do your swatch books as well of all the ones that you've not done. So there's just multiple things, isn't there? Lizzie Mary Cullen, I wish I had that as one of mine. Bye Sabrina, take care hon. Okay, back to a dark. Can you see where this is sort of how easy this is? Just ignore every square. Ignore them. Be rude to the squares. Be rude. If you're rude to the squares, they won't mind. Okay, and then a mid. Alright, and then I'm going to blend that into our watercolour. You love to swatch. See, I don't, but actually there are times where I don't mind. Does that make sense? Like, it isn't my first choice, but once I start on it, I sit there moaning that I've got to do it, but I do enjoy it in the end. That's the one thing I must admit. Once I start, I'm like, actually, I want to finish the chart. So it's when I have to make the charts up as well, because they take 2 or 3 days. That's the point where I'm like, all right, I've had enough of this. Okay, so I'm just going to very lightly use the blender. I'm barely touching the paper with it. It just takes off any of the edges, and it just blends the dark into that mid, and then that mid into that light watercolour base. Just like that. And you wouldn't know there's loads of squares on that, would you? Because you've ignored them. You was rude to them. You just didn't know they existed at that point. Okay, let me just have a mouthful of drink. Oh, there are days where I'm like, I can do it, and other days where I can't. I might as well finish his ear as soon as I got the pencils out. And then, yeah. Oh my, what, all of them? That's a long old feet. Oh my god. Okay, let's just do the rest of his ear because... Oops, you've got at an angle. Why did you got an angle? Okay, swatching is life. I think is needed, especially I think with a channel. It's one of those things we definitely, it's an asset. Okay, I'm going to go for my pink. And again, this is that Anth Carmine. I can't say the name, and I'm not even going to try. It's number 580 in the luminance. It's a new colour and it's beautiful. So I'm just going to use that to start with. But I really like the mixture of doing that on the ears because it just gives it a tiny little lift. Okay. I'll have to sit and catch up on my werewolf tomorrow. So I'm Tuesday ready. But as I said, I might be a bit all over the place with streams. I'll try and keep to my times. But I should by Tuesday have Dad decorating here. So I'm not rushing him, you know, because he's coming here to do me a favour. So if he's not done at that point, then it will be later. But I'll let you know on the community tabs about next week for sure. Because my front room is going to be like it's just going to be like someone's come in with a Jumanji scene and bulldozed it. And I don't deal well. I know it's only temporary, but I don't deal well with everything everywhere. I like people, you know, things have a place. So when things are going to be all over the place, it's going to be a bit like, oh, I can't deal with this. Watercolor. It's the Winsor & Newton Cotmans. I have put all the links of what I'm using in the description below, barring the pencils, but I'll put them in after. So the books, the reference book, and the watercolors are down there because I knew what I was using on those. I didn't know what pencils I was reaching for. Oh, nice. I like it when I see what you've all bought recently. Does anyone buy the Colorist Special Effects number? Yeah, that's out. I bought that. It should be here next week. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and let's grab our blender. Our Splendor blender that has gone missing. And I'm just going to very gently blend that out. Welcome back, Honor. But yeah, and I bought a new pencil case for all of the Black Widows. Because I actually bought myself a replacement today, it came today, of these. Because my original set didn't have the names. So I got another set of these because my originals were the very originals. They had no names, no numbers. And I couldn't swatch them. So I did this. I got another set, it came this morning. I do not hold myself responsible for that purchase. That was definitely a nighttime buy. In bed, woke up, got on my phone, ordered them, fell asleep, remembered what I did in the morning, oopsed at myself, and then laughed when the Amazon man came. That's what that was. You know those nights? Yeah, one of those nights. Sorry, not sorry. What did I do? Okay, let's grab our medium, and that is the slate grey, so medium grey, and we're going to do these individually now, remember, like the last one. So we have to have the dark into the medium, and then the light's already there. Oh. They are a bargain, aren't they? I just love them. And I can't wait to feel what these new ones look like. I said the only downside about the new ones is that the names weren't as funky as things like Stinkbug and Tarantula and Fang Green. And you know what I'm on about. You know where I'm going with Huntsman and Rattlesnakes. And I loved all that. Yeah, I do sleep buying. Yeah, I've got no one to drunk text. Andrew's beside me. I can drunk talk, although I don't drink. Often, only on occasion. So I slept bought. I like that one. Sleep buying. It's a thing. It's a thing. So we're doing all these individual little squaresios on this one. These are not going to be neat because they're blended out. Okay, so we're going to do the opposite way on this one. Yeah, and I had to get a pencil case for them, so that was another purchase in the middle of the night, which should be here soon. Today, at some point. I bought the ice cream pencil case. I'm terrible. Someone stop me. Someone take my Amazon away. It is, isn't it? It's a thing. Okay, I'm going to go for my slate grey, which is my mid grey. Why did I just start in the middle? Should have started at the bottom. See how nice it is when you do the ears in the individual, and the effect it gives to the full version. Okay, so just going to blend each one of these squares out. And then I really want to see those of you who have got this book try the watercolour base. Not too much water. Not too much water. Honestly, it doesn't withstand too much water. I've tried that on the other one and it buckled so bad. So minimum water. Enough bigger brush. Get a bigger brush on larger areas so that you don't use too much water. And let me know how you got on. Now, just tag me in it. I like to look. Even if I don't always comment, which I probably don't, I do heart as many as I can when I go through them. That's me saying I love it. And I love that you tried. It is a thing. I told you. I told you. It's a condition. But I don't want to be cured from that one. It's a condition I'm happy to live with, rather than one that I don't. Okay, and then grab again your blender pencil, make sure it is free of the other colours. Yeah, it's not one that I'm willing to visit a doctor over, if I'm honest. I'll keep this one. He can take other things, but he's not taking that one. The finger slippage and the sleep spend is it can stay, it's fine. It's never that extravagant to be a problem yet. There we go. So nice squares. That's nice. Yes, I bought as well a 220 case. I'll show you which one I bought in a minute. I have to go get my phone. It's a 220 case, so it can fit my spares in there. Okay, I really like the effect, don't you, of having the ears in individuals and the rest in that. So when I'm going for that background, what I'll do with the Winsor and Newton Cotmans is I'm going to use I'm not going to get rid of these because I'm going to use these. So the background here is going to be all yellow. Then we're going to have blue and... Let me move these. We're going to have blues and reds because that's the colours that Dumbo has surrounding him in the movie. So when I'm looking at the overall picture, I don't want to deter too much from the colours that's already in the movie, if that makes sense. So if you want to add any shading or any details in, you can. And again with the hat and stuff, I just go in with simple details. And the same with the ear. I'm just, you know, they're whimsical. You can do what you want to them. Absolutely anything you want. It's your picture. So you want to make it fun. You want to make it really fun because why not? So just quickly before I stop this and swatch my Black Widows out with you guys. If you have the Black Widows and you don't want to watch that again, absolutely fine, I understand. So I want my brush to be a bit wet, not too wet. And I'm going to go for a nice light blue. So I'm looking at my colours here and I really like number 18, which is Cobalt Blue Hue, which is the third one. So I need to get a decent amount of that. And I'm just going to put that in here because it will overtake all that. And there's a bit of mess, you know, it's fine. So I'm just going to make sure that I do, we'll do the outer one, inner one red, and then yellow furthest. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so one that's going to be blue is going to be the inner, I think. Take care, cat. Enjoy your dinner. We've got Greek tonight. We've got beef kebabs, Greek salad. Yummy. And all those dips. So tzatziki, hummus, taramis. Anyone like that kind of dinner? I really like Greek. And we bought the kebab stuff the other day. Okay, so we're going to go for this one, going to be the blue. So again, I'm just going to base first. So just go straight in there. You don't have to worry about being precise in the terms of the amount you put down. Just get something down, and you're going to add your pencil, remember? And remember, all the pencil detail makes all the shading, so as long as you got that in. So it's going to go light to dark kind of thing. Yeah, we bought, you all laugh, we bought Chip a toy the other day when we went shopping, the roof day. And it was a unicorn, but a blue one, so for a boy. And it was on sale from £6 to £3. And I knew as soon as I saw it that it was one that he'd love because it's the right size. He's not left it in 3 days. Oh crap, that's the wrong one. That's alright. He's not left it in 3 days. And he's literally had it hanging out of his mouth for 3 days. He won't leave it. He is obsessed with it. And he's like this when he gets a new soft toy. He doesn't leave the soft toy for days. He obsesses over it. He hangs it out of his mouth. He takes it to bed. It's not out of his sight. He's laying next to it now. He doesn't leave it. And he loves these toys. Every toy that he has, he loves. Yeah, I love Greek. I love Greek food. Any Greek food. Because it's something that you can pick at. Do you know what I mean? So it's not big and bulky. I can't stand big bulky dinners. I don't like big dinners. I like small dinners that you can pick at. And that kind of thing where you can dip and pick and have your salad is my kind of dinner. I don't like big dinners. So I'm just going to base this first. And I do want it to go into like a really light faded blue. So does anyone like that as well? That you prefer to have picky dinners? Sorry, I just got to adjust myself. Okay, and then we go to a bit more darker blue here. And I'm going to wipe off and I'm going to fade out. Because again, I need a gradient rather than it block. Okay, so that's going to be all blue. Oh, you're so cute. I love him already. And then the middle, I need this yellow. So let's look at our yellows. We need nice and bright. We'll have a gradient of the cadmium yellow hue at the side. So let's do that at the side. Get some water out of that brush. And then we need a bit of white. Oh my god, why is my throat playing you guys up? Sorry. I need some white. So get a decent amount on that brush and just squeeze it on out. And then that will be the lighter tone there. Oh, your pencils are here. Go get them, go get them, go get them. He is precious, isn't he? Okay. And then with that yellow, my background's going to be gradient-ish. So I'm going to come in twice with this and I'll just show you how I'm going to do it. You got the Artesia's nice boots. Okay, so you need a decent amount of water into there, but not so much on your brush. And I'm just going to gradient that down. So I'm going to come to the top, spread that out, wipe off any excess water, because we can come back up into other colours after. So just act like they're not there. Come down to your lighter tone. So you know you've got that nice light colour and you want to fade. So you want barely, just a small amount on your brush. Come up to your higher gradient. Wipe off. Because you're going to come in with pencils anyway, but your background's going to be predominantly watercolour. Come to your mid-tone. And we're going to put some orange in there. And again, gradient down. So when you then come second round, it'll be easier for you to, you know, sort of look at where you're going to have light and dark. So if we bring some more of that cadmium yellow hue here. Yeah. And then we introduce some cadmium orange hue. This is where you're going to go next. We're going to add that at the top. And we're not saturated, we're barely wet. We're barely wet. Cadmium orange hue. Fade that outwards. Don't be like scared to just, it's watercolor, you can lift it. Oh, it sounds nice. I haven't had mac and cheese in ages. I like mac and cheese. Homemade mac and cheese. It's got to be homemade. It's got to have a good cheese. I don't like all that really yucky cheese. It's got to be a nice cheese. I love mild cheddar cheese in that with a cheese sauce. Oh, it's so good. So gradient it out. So a bit more of the cadmium orange. Come into that cadmium yellow. Yeah. And then grab some white. Don't worry about your white having a hint of yellow in it. You can wipe that off. And then just gradient all the way down. And then let it dry and go again. So you've got a base. And then in this little tiny area, come to your cadmium yellow hue. Same into here. Oh, do you know what I've been playing? So any Sonic fans in the house that used to love Sonic, the original Sega Mega Drive or Sega Master System, I think you lovelies had, or was it Sega, or what did you have? Any 90s person would know what I'm talking about. So the Sonic number 2, I've been playing that. I'm loving it. I've nearly completed it. But I'm stuck at one level that I used to always get stuck at when I was young as well. Okay, so let's gradient that down. Okay, sorry, I have not. Go and eat. Enjoy, Vicky. Go eat. Let's grab some white. I hadn't eaten all day until just before the stream, and then I had a ham sandwich, of all things. Why did I choose a ham sandwich? You know you sit there after and you just think, why did I eat that? I might as well just have had nothing. Sega. I used to love them so much. Dun, 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 dun. Do you remember the theme tune? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no more. Dun, 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 dun. What? Homemade anything is much better. Okay, let's grab white, cadmium orange hue, cadmium yellow hue. And I just need a bit more because I didn't put enough, and as I said, when it dries off you need just a second application of a little bit, because it will get you going to the finish line, so you've only got to add a little bit. Okay, a bit more yellow. Hiya, Nana. Oh, nice. It's a nice temperature for them now, isn't it, the dogs? It's not hot, it's just right. It's got that breeze. Well, I say that breeze, that wind. Alright, so I'm just going to have a heat gun for a little minute. Not too much, because it makes the paper curl. There we go. I like that. And then I'm going to go for the orange on the outside, because the middle's going to have red, into yellow, and I'll show you how like it gets everything on the go for you. So now all you're going to have to do is just do your pencil work, but it's all done for you really. Makes your life easy, doesn't it? Then let's just get that all down. Just nice and easy. Oh, I know. It's just, it was the way to tackle all these mini squares, Nana, because some people couldn't see past the squares. I couldn't at first, if I was honest. I couldn't see past them, so I was like, right, we're going to tackle them with watercolor. and then we'll tackle them with some pencil. Best way. We're going to battle squares. It's on. Hi Christine, thank you. Yeah, the battle's on. Okay. So because this is a nice thicker brush, it actually covers that entire part. So let me just get that. There we go. All the way up. Okay, so that's all the way done. Oh, I've got to do that bit now. Missed it. There we go. And then that middle one's going to be red. Yeah, so like the colours of the movie. Hello, April. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're okay. I don't think I've seen you in a while. I'm going to call you April Shower because we've got April Marie. And we've got 2 Aprils. Otherwise I get mixed up. Okay, let's go for some red. This is cadmium red hue. And we don't need any other colour in there because, again, this is just your base. So just don't worry too much. This is the paints I use for my paintings, mostly. You know, I do the watercolour paintings to learn. So I'm just going to wipe some off and drag. You only need a bit on your brush because look, it actually brings that pigment down. Red is one of the most highly pigmented colours in any colour you can lay down. It's just crazy ridiculous. I just find that you only need a tiny bit of red or you've got too much. So just... I feel like I need a bit of music in the background for this kind of thing. Right, I need some water squeezed out at the side because that needs to be a bit watered down, and then wipe off your brush. Hiya Blue, how are you doing? For those I haven't seen in a long time, I hope you're genuinely all okay, because I do, you know, I do worry about people, whether they believe it or not. I do. When I don't see people, I'm wondering if they're okay. I notice. Because I get used to the certain, you know, names, and when I don't start to see them after a while, I think I must make sure that person's okay, but sometimes I don't know if it's just, you know, time out. Because loads of people lost a lot of motivation for it because of the world, which is understandable. Okay, let's just get that in. And can you see how it's gonna be so cute? Oh, do you know what? They're just as good, if not better. Neo colours are amazing. If you've got them, stick them down on your Caran dashboard. Have you got a board, Shara? Get your board out, honey. And squiggle them onto your board and do it that way. Palettes are just easy because it is the one that I've been learning with. That's all. Yeah, they have been a blessing, haven't they? Although I must admit I did lose sight of all of them for a long time, Nana. It took me a long time to get back up and running with colouring again. Not on the streams. I was doing them still consistently there. I meant in my own time, but I am doing one now. So anyone that hasn't got this issue, this is the Colouring Heaven. Hold on, I'm just swaying off a minute. This is the Fantasy Cat Special by Jeff Haney, and I prefer my own cardstock, because you know, 160 GSM. And I've been using Light Fast and Luminance and a tiny bit of Inktense, not much. And I'm enjoying this one, so I love this issue so very much, I can't tell you how much. And I already want to just get into all of them. I just love this, I love this issue. It's just ridiculously fun. So if you've not seen this, honestly, I mean, even this one just makes me laugh. I want to do it. April, we had Happy Mail. This Shannon, bless her. sent them, so we're going to swatch them out in a minute. Funnily enough, I love it. So look at him. This is the one I'm doing. I just wanted to try the paper, but I'll continue. I just wanted to try the paper and see how the light fast were, but I actually still prefer mine. But I will continue with that. And I love this one. Thank you. I love them all in this issue, and I love that one. And I love that one. I just love it. Who would have thought I love doing cats? But I love this so much. So I just wanted to take my time yesterday, and I love this. It's so much fun. And if you were like, don't know what to do with it, just trust me, just dive in. It's just a fun issue. Fun. Fun. I absolutely love it. Okay. So just before I stop on this, I'll show you with the background part as well quickly before anything. So I need to just graduate a little bit more on that over here. I love that issue. And as I said, I'm going to extend this for September. So we've got Get Your Colouring Heaven On is also going to be September 2020, because I've got so many other things that I want to do, and I've got to do another. I'm going to come back either next week or the week after, but within the next few weeks with another session on that poster. Yes, he is. He is on Etsy. Yeah, I very nearly bought his book, and then I saw that they were coming out with the issue, so I didn't need to. But I hope he does another one with all new stuff, because I want to buy it. I just love him. He's like someone I've just discovered and totally in love with. Totally in love with. And he's so unique. Like, there's no one else out there like it. I have not seen anyone else with that kind of design. I'm totally in love. Totally in love. I love it so much. It just screams fun. Okay. So with a background... Yeah, they do. So I'm going to extend it, so no rushing. Graduating out my background a little bit. So I'm going to introduce a bit more of an orange. So this is cadmium red hue. No, sorry, cadmium red pale. Sorry, I just couldn't see which one that was. Which is like a orange, but I need to put some ochre tone. So we're going to go straight back to our cadmium pale hue, our yellow one, and I'm going to extend that into here. So we're going to have like this mixture of red, orange, and it's graduated into this gorgeous orange. You see that? That's what I'm looking for. So that needs to be not too much on my brush though. Oh, I need to check out his website. How did I not know this information? Thank you so much. Oh, Jeff Haney's. Jeff Haney's. Okay. So we're going to come in with some orange. And we're going to graduate out a bit. So not too much. Because your pencils can do the rest. But I do need to make sure that there's a good amount on there. Just so you can definitely see that I've graduated it down from... that orange that we just created into the yellow. So just get it in there. Okay, so if you go a couple of times, you can keep layering up as many times as you want, to be fair. It's up to you, but I just prefer to do a couple because I like to do the rest with my pencils. So again, just drag pigment down a little bit, come to some yellow. That's it, and then just again bring that down, just like that. And then when you come in with pencils, you're going to just go like you would with a sunset. But it makes this quick, doesn't it? It makes it nice and quick for you. So when you're doing this, you can be super quick with your colourings this time, and it won't take you as long doing every individual one. So if we put that aside a minute, because we don't need this for the rest of the stream. We don't need that for the rest of the stream. Okay. And then just to show you, when you come to do your background, so you now need something a little bit orange and something a little bit on the ochre and then on the light side. So I've grabbed an orange, an ochre tone and a bright yellow. Right, so you've got to make sure that is dry. Let me just blast that a little bit more. Okay, so with my orange now, you just want to start to graduate that out. So I'm going to use the top, and I'm only going to go lightly to start with because I need to know where I'm going. So I'm going to use these squares rather than using the whole area at the minute. So let's go with some of this. So just I don't want too much orange because otherwise it's going to over drown it with it. So let's go for the orange on the corners. So I'll just do one area to show you. Then I'm going to grab my medium ochre tone, so yellow ochre, raw sienna, any of that. You just go from the orange. So you're kind of using your squares here at the minute, but you're going to blanket it again the further you come down. And then your lightest tone, which is your lighter yellow, right? And then that's going to be your blanket. So you're going to blanket that coming down. And then again, you're going to just fade out because you've already got your yellow there, haven't you? So you're going to use that to your advantage. And that's the good thing with having bases. It is in your advantage. You've started it, you've put the work in. Again, mid-tone. Coming on down into your lightest tone. Bring it down and then just fade into your watercolor tone. So it's half done for you, and I'm just so happy about that. It just makes my heart happy. So again, grab a blender pencil of any kind, just roughly and lightly blend that out in circular motions. So you've got a nice blend, not too many pencil marks, and it's something you're happy with. And remember, watercolor base makes no difference to how you blend and shade on top. It actually gives it more tooth. And there you go. So you've got a nice start of blend. What you then can do, before I continue that on my own time, is grab a Posca and then start to use some fun. So you can start to, as I said, these are whimsical, so you can do what you want. Sometimes I take out some of these, sometimes I add a bit more of lines. I play around, see what I fancy. Sometimes I go around objects to highlight them. Same with his ear and things like that. So you can kind of just use it to your advantage and then just fade it out. So if you want to have a go at these, as I said, don't be afraid. Sometimes use them, sometimes don't. Sometimes ignore they're there, sometimes use them to your advantage. But it's a good way, if any Zentangles, any squares is on your page, please have a go. They are nice and easy. Quick swatch time. So are you happy to try that? So you would be happy enough to go ahead and try a watercolor base in this. It's gonna, I'll finish this off and I'll special it up, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice and it'll be nice and fun to do. And as I said, you can use all the watercolor on your advantage as well. And then when I continue, just come up with a color palette. Look at what the colors are in the movies. It's all there. use your Who's book and try it. But I'll finish that in my free time. Right, Shannon, are you still here? Shannon, earlier on, as I said, she sent us a surprise. She was stalking Amazon. Have a go, Lou. I know you've got it. She was stalking Amazon, and I wasn't even stalking Amazon. It was funny. And she bought me and the channel, because you guys benefit, because now we've got the full set, the Monarchs. I've not even opened them, so we're going to open them now. They're just so... Oh, they're so glorious. Look at them. They're so glorious. So this is a beautiful pastel palette. And what I have got is Emily's chart. So Emily Illustrator, bless her heart, made a chart on her group. I haven't got this to share. This is not mine. This is Emily Illustrator. And what I have done, and because... Let me show you. My original set of Black Widows... Like my original set, the very first, the ones that came out 5 years ago roughly, and I grabbed them on a Black Friday lightning deal thing. Was the first ever Black Widow set that was to grace our screens on Amazon, and that was these. Let me show you. You'll laugh because they don't even have names or numbers. So I got these ones. Let me just show you. So, 1 minute. What I did, because I couldn't figure out what to do on how to swatch them, is I actually numbered them. And there was 24 in a set, I believe. And I couldn't... How can I swatch them on this chart? I can't. I know Shannon Spencer. So, this morning came in the post my replacement set, because I bought myself these last night or night before, can't remember now. And these have the colours. Now I'm sitting there trying to match this up. Now this is this one, but I wouldn't have known that. So this one's actually Tarantula. Can you see that? It's gonna white it out. Is it white? It's gone funny. Hold on, guys. There we go. So I didn't know what they were. I was trying to really badly work it out. So I had to sit there working out. Now what I'm going to do is label these with the names. Now I've got the named sets. Originally it just had Black Widow. There you go. And now it's got names. So I didn't know how to call these, what to call them. No numbers, nothing. Just had the Black Widow symbol. So now I can. So I bought them, and I've got everything barring the Monarchs on here. Hi, Lou. So we're going to have a go at the Monarchs now. And I can put them all in the case when the case comes. So I've got case coming as well. Okay, let's get into these. There are very soft tones, and as I said, what I'm going to do is do a comparison to the Holbein pastel tones, because they look similar to me. In which case, you can buy these and not bother with the pastel tones and the Holbeins. Whoopee! I'm just about to do that. Okay. I've broken into them. I'm ready. Did you sniff? Sniff. Ready? Sniff, 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 sniff. They smell so... Oh, they smell so good. Who loves that new pencil smell? Right. So this is the tones that I've got down, and I will tell you which is which when I swatch them. So this, I can't share this chart. This is not my chart. This is Emily Illustrator's chart, which I'm so thankful for. She's a dream for doing that. And she's done them in colour order. So first off, we're going to have a go with the lighter tones in the set. And I'm going to swatch. So this one is Fawn. So again, she's put them in nice colour order for us. And I think a lot of them are very similar tones. If you've already got these, I'm so sorry. I know you've probably seen this now 100 times. But us in the UK are literally only just getting them in our door today. So you're going to have the UK bunch being all excited about the new colours. Now this is very similar to Merc, isn't it? It's very similar, just a slightly toned darker. Just the pastels. I can use the pastels, but I'm not someone that would probably do them all in pastels, Becky. I don't reach for pastels as much. I have to incorporate them, but sure. Okay, cream. So we're going to go here. So this is just monarchs that need to be put in. If I had a colour palette challenge, I might have to have a look. I've never actually done a whole picture in pastels, funnily enough. I know they smell so bad. Oh my god. They smell so good. I'm reading other things. I'm reading Dee Dee saying I'm so bad, meaning to say they smell so good. Don't worry. Forgive me. My brain is all over. I shouldn't read and talk because I read what I'm reading out loud rather than what's out of my mouth. Oh, they're so lovely. Okay, so these are, they feel amazing. Peach. Does anyone else do that? You're trying to say something but you read something and you say what you've read instead of what you needed to say. Do that all the time. Do you know what? Merc and Fawn are closer to skin colours. My colouring challenge is in my Google Drive. It's in the description below. It's in the description. So just close the chat, open the description, download the chart. It's free. Oh, thank you. Shannon just put it there. Okay, Aztec Gold. Aztec Gold, where are you? So you've got to go down the thing. There we are. Okay, oh, that's a nice cut. Oh, like that. That's like a bright sun. Love that. That is amazing. I love that one. Okay, I really need to put these back in order. Because what I'll do is when they come, I'll order them in this order in my... Oh, thank you. I love him, Lou. I love him. Like, I'm totally in love with him. Okay, mango. See, the good thing is it's only the blanks now because everything else is swatched out and I'll show you the full chart in its glory. Emily is amazing for doing this. I can't hand this one out, guys. You have to go join Emily Illustrator's colouring group. And she has this chart in her files section for you. Candy. Candyman. That one is very much like tanned and rust. It's like a similar tone. They're just so yummy. Oh my god, I love my Black Widows. Oh, they're so amazing. Ice cream. Anyone want some ice cream? This one's like a very light sorbet. This one's exactly like the pink white in the Lumies. Okay, if you haven't got the new Luminance set, this is the exact same as pink white in Luminance. I'm not even joking you. That is the same as pink white in the Luminance. So that one's ice cream. It's the same. Light pink. We are here. That's a really nice cotton candy type of colour, isn't that? I love them. I love them. Oh my god, I love them. The feel of them in my hand as well. Love them. Okay, then we have mushroom. It's here above. That is an amazing colour, probably a light nectar, that one reminds me of. This is exactly like nectar in the Prismacolors. And it's just as creamy. I love the creaminess of them. Then we have Bliss, which is here, which is a nice bright hot pink. And I'll give you the full close-up when they're done. Then we have Fudge, which is an in-between. Pinky Peach. So what I tend to do is just do them dark, hard pressure to light. And then we have Hot Pink, which has a very purple tone in it, in my opinion. So it's like a pink purple or a pink violet, that reminds me of. Oh, it's amazing. Passion. Passion. Passion on a Saturday night. Okay. This one. Why is Passion green? Passion should be red. Or is it Passion? Is there anything Passion that's green? What colour are passion flowers? And then we have Cool Green. That's a nice pastel green. Aren't they lovely? Passion fruit. Thought so. Apple. Should we just name it Passion on a Saturday night? Because we're swatching them on a Saturday night. Apple. It's like a Granny Smith. Oh, they're amazing. I need to have a little test run with these. Sorry, Nana. Buy them. Buy them. No, I'd never say that. You get them if you want them. I'm not someone that pressures. I'm not. But that being said, beep beep, you jumped on board, you couldn't help it. Okay. This one's like iceberg lettuce. I think they were basing that on. We need another stink bug, don't we? Nana. Well, maybe soon. Okay, peppermint. No, I'm not sorry. Peppermint, where are we? It was the Passion on a Saturday night. See? We go one extreme to the other on this stream. Then we have Green Slime. I like the name of this one actually. Green Slime's great. This one's got like a neon quality to it actually. On like full lay down. This one's got like a, it's bordering as if it was going to go to like a neon green. Oh, I love them. Washed green. Let's see what that's like. This one reminds me of Celadon green, you know, in the, or grey green. I definitely have to make a comparison chart, and I will do that, I promise, you know, on the Holbein's pastels, and these are must. Poison, poison, poison. That one's lovely. That's even more grey green. That's like sage. That one's definitely a sage green. Can you see those colours? They're so nice. Okay, so they're all really nicely taking shape now. Sorry about my arm. Then we have Antler. That one goes here, and as I said, Emily, bless her, has completely sorted this out for you in colour order, and I have done the luminance chart. So my luminance chart looks like this in colour group order, which is the 100 count. So there's 2 pages and it's downloadable in my Google Drive in the description below. I believe it's still there. And this one is Emily Illustrator's done that. So I can't have a downloadable link for you, but if you definitely go and join Emily over on Facebook. She's fun as well. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just, because you know I've got that wax coating when you first, you know, you first get them, you need to sharpen them. That's all it is. No, promise you, it's coming off. If I did it, I'm at the side of the pencil, it's just because I've got that wax coating. Once you sharpen them, it will be like butter, Kenny. It's just because I've got to sharpen them, honey. And light bronze. Whenever you get a pencil set, just especially any new one, and they're in a full set, they've usually got a slight plastic coating on them just to protect the lead in transit. So just a little spoiler, it's a good idea to give them just one twist, just one small twist in the sharpener, so that you get all that plastic coating off them, and then they're fine. It's just because of that. But yeah, it's a lot of them get it. Durr won't always have it. Okay, next set is more darker tones. So you got darker blues. The only thing that they didn't, if you look, the only thing that they didn't include, if I turn these around, is any reds. So if you were looking for any reds, they don't have reds in them. They are all, there's lots and lots of greens, which is more natural. So a lot of nature and a lot of scenes in anywhere, if you look around you, has got a lot of green in it, and blues. And there's more greys in this as well. So that's just another little, if you were waiting for reds. There's no red, Shannon. I know you like your reds. Okay, emerald. Emerald. I'm getting my voice ready for our bingo night. 120 emerald. This one's a really bright green. I love them. Thank you. They are proof of that. You're totally right. Sapphire. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at, Saf? Where are you at, Miss Saf? Can't find you. Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're totally right on that. They are proof that you don't need a big budget to have a good quality pencil. Although saying that, when you add them all up together, it is a lot of money. So I suppose we can argue that one now, because you can get a full set of Prismas actually cheaper than putting all these together. Oh yeah, woohoo! Go Boots. Go Boots. We've got another one that has just fallen bib to the train of enabling. Okay, leaf green is here. Yeah, it kind of makes up, when you look at the chart in full, it does actually make up the rest of the tones that were maybe missing. So I'll give them that. They've really looked at the colour range. The only thing they should have done is added a few more reds. That's my only, that there's lots of pinks, there's tons of greens, there's loads of this type of yellow, reds. It's the only one that I believe that they should have kind of looked at doing just a few more. This is a gorgeous turquoise tone. This one's Sky, S-K-Y-E, and it's very, very, very turquoise. You're all bad. I'm sorry. Okay, Cat's Eye. The good thing why it seems more affordable is that they come out so far apart. So when you buy one set, you know you're buying another a long time down the line. So actually, it doesn't feel that bad. But they're a really good price. They are a really good price. Denim. We're over here. We're back over here. This is a really nice blue, but it's not denim blue at all. This is more of a sky blue. Okay, and then we got Ocean, which seems like a really beautiful colour actually. Yep. So that's just like a really vivid blue. That's Sapphire. Then we have Blue Daisy. Where is Blue? Blue Daisy's over here. Ooh, Blue Daisy is strong favourite. That is gorgeous. That is a stunning blue. Stunning. Stunning with a capital S. Oh, aluminium and turquoise. Opal. Do you say aluminum instead of aluminium? Aluminum, I think. You lovelies in the US say it, don't you? Okay, then we have a lovely grey slate, which looks purple. It's like a lavender. It's like a grey lavender, but it's called grey slate. That's a stunning tone. I love them, Shannon. Thank you. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, then we have lavender. Just going to come over here with them. These are a great addition into your Black Widow collections for sure. I'm not just saying that. I will give you my honest opinion. I love all my pencils. I know I'm not always the best person to ask because I love them all. Genuinely, they are stunning and they feel how the other Black Widows feel. So if you like the others, you'll love these. They feel the same. Eggplant, you're welcome. That's a beautiful purple. Then we have navy blue. Oh, I love that. I am all about dark blues. Okay, I'm just at a silly angle, so it might seem like I'm awkwardly putting this down on the paper. Sorry. Oh, they're lovely. Okay, then we got Blue Moon here. Does anyone know that song? You saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart. That song. And then we have Storm Blue. Hi host. Hi trends. Storm Blue. Where does that go? Okay. And Oyster. Where we got Oyster? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so it's one of the lighter tones. That one's lovely. That reminds me of Ginger Root. It is like, it's exactly the same. That's a really nice colour. It's Ginger Root. Then we have Gunmetal over here, which is a nice light. These are going into the greys now, so if you're not into these, then these won't be exciting. But yeah, these are nice range of greys. Then we have dark grey, which is here. Did anyone see that video that John Travolta put up with his daughter when he was dancing with her in memory of his wife Kelly Preston? He put it up yesterday. So one of his favourite things that his wife used to love doing with him was dancing. She used to love dancing with her husband. And he's done this dance with, I think she's 20, their daughter, in loving memory of Kelly. I just thought it just melted my heart. Light grey. That one is barely visible. It's just, it really is. Oh, that's very soft as well. And Shadow. That's like a dark warm grey. So I'd say like warm grey 5. Warm grey 4. That kind of tone. Really nice. You'll like them. Whoever's bought them today, you're going to like them. Medium grey. And then Coal, which is a like Payne's grey. Really lovely. We're going to have to use these in our next colour along, the Black Widows. I really want to use the Black Widows mixed in with my Light Fast because I do that all the time anyway. Mahogany. Ooh, ooh, that's a yummy colour. Oh, I love that. That is the best brown in the set. I love that. That is like chocolate. And Rusty. And then we've done them all. That one's blank, by the way. Oh, it's not blank. It's Casper and Snow. So they're white. That is like a... Oh, Rusty is literally like rust. It's like that ochre tone. Oh my gosh, you're going to love them. They are amazing. Mona, I like them both, but I use my Black Widows more than my Artesias. Just personally. That is the tone. So I'm going to come from the lightest so you can see. All down to the yellows. The MN is obviously the new ones. Thank you so much. I love them. Into those orange and pinks. Come back up to more pinks. I've got a large range of pinks. Into purples and blues, which are all lovely. And then down into a light blue and turquoise area. The sky is very turquoise if the camera's not picking it up. Then we're going to more sort of turquoise tones. That cat's eye is amazing. Another new favourite. Cat's eye is a new favourite. Rusty is a new favourite. Washed purple, I've got a few actually. Washed purple. Okay, sorry, greens. Yeah, I know, you just wanted one red, right? One red. I love the poison and the antler as well. I mean, I know they're quite light. Yes, Becky. You want me to say no, but I can't. Rusty is a new favourite, as is Mahogany. They're amazing. And then all these new colours down here has actually complemented stuff that they didn't have. So they didn't have all these greys before, but they've got them now. And they didn't have these sort of washed out purples, where they do now. The grey slate is a new favourite, washed purple as well. So I've got a few tones that I've picked out straight away that I really love. And this one would be really good for skin tones as well. The fawns and so we'll go with the Merc. And that ice cream, I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but it is exactly the same as the pink white. I feel so good to have accomplished a chart. So now I've got a good visual, and that is how I'm going to rearrange them in a case when the case comes. But they're beautiful, thank you so very much. I love them. But they're going to go in a case finally now, all my Black Widows, because I've had them in this one, but they were fine. I've had them in their sets, but now I can't fit these in here anymore because look, I've got a problem. So I had to buy a new case for these. So I'm going to transfer something else into this. So now I have a problem. These are not going to fit in here because this is already like full to the brim. So these have got to go in a new case, but they are the new colours. But keep with me because I've got something lovely for you guys coming. Hint, hint. So stick with me because just because. Okay, my buttes I've been on for nearly 3 hours. Can't believe that. I think 2:40 I think. But if you do try any squares and Zentanglies, try it with watercolour bases and forget that they're even on the page. If you haven't already, pick them up. If you want to wait because you might have a chance. But I can't do anything until they come in. Otherwise, I'll see you in the week. I should be around Tuesday. If I'm not, remember I'm decorating. Oh, I'm not. My dad is. I'll do little bits. I'll tidy up and sort out and rearrange. But if I'm not, I will let you know beforehand on my community tab. So if you don't see me, you know why. You know why. Thank you so much for the Happy Mail. I love them beyond. Thank you everyone for joining me on your Saturday, because I know that you are generously taking time out of your weekend to do so. Thank you so much for your company as always. You have an amazing weekend. I will see you around, and hopefully I will see you here on Tuesday. I shall be here as long as it's absolutely possible. Can't see why not. Thank you so much everyone. Take care for now. Have a good day. Bye.